Hey folks, welcome back to our Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Broken Planet. Broken Planet is brought to you by Pigeon Games. It's for 2 to 5 players, ages 12 and up, and games generally run about 45 to 90 minutes. The planet is on the verge of destruction, and the only force holding the planet together is the will of the gods. The planet cannot give enough resources to sustain all living tribes, so the tribes will enter a trial to decide who will become the favored tribe. So the goal of the game is to gain as much godly favor as possible. In Broken Planet, the tribes will simultaneously choose and visit islands with their compasses for collecting gemstones. And while these tribes are still in search of gemstones, one tribe will be offering their collected gemstones to the gods via an ancient tablet. These offerings grant many different perks, allowing you to construct impressive temples, craft mysterious relics, and assault islands to steal relics from rival tribes. Recognizing the goals of other tribes is critical to sabotage them and to become the tribe with the most favor. And so, the player with the most favor wins the game and will be chosen by the gods as the sole survivor. So, this main board represents the planet, the world that is falling apart in Broken Planet. Now, each player is going to have their own pawn as well as their ancient tablet. Now, what's really cool about these ancient tablets is there's tokens placed on them. The tokens represent the different types of temples that you can build, putting them out in the different islands in the world. And those temples will allow you to gather stones or gemstones of the type that they show. Now, the really interesting thing though about your tablet is that you have all these different trees, all these different paths you can go with the different temples as you build them out. Now, as you build these out, you're going to get favor from the gods at the end of the game based on which temple is built, and it's going to give you passive abilities through the course of the game. So it is very crucial. Now, each player also has a compass, which will help determine where you're traveling in the world, and you're going to get some starting cards and so forth, but the main thing are these tokens and the temples you're going to be building throughout the course of the game. Now, there's 2 different types of cards in the game. You've got relics and you've got gems. Gems you're going to be collecting in order to spend to either buy relics or on temples as you place them out into the world. Now, relics can be stolen by other players because relics do give you additional favor at the end of the game. Now, along with the temples that you're going to be building out into the world, you do start with a standard set. They give you a nice guide on your first couple games, what to use, how to set those up, but you can randomize these however you see fit as you become more familiar with the game, really mixing up each play. But the thing is, there's a couple extra tokens out here as well. You have movement tokens. So if you're an island with a movement token and you have built the Sapphire Shrine on your tablet, you can utilize that and move an extra space. Generally, you're moving 2 spaces or 2 islands following the lines, but that does give you that extra movement, so you get 3. Now, there's also hazard tokens out here that you have to deal with, and hazard tokens are going to really prevent you from collecting tokens, or collecting gems, I should say, from the temples that are currently in play in that island. So the way around these hazard tokens is that you have built the Obsidian Temple on your tablet. So as you'll get to see here, all these different temples that you do build have so many different passive abilities. And so based on the player count, we'll determine where the round tracker starts. And once it reaches the end, you'll total up all your favor, and whoever has the most will win the game. Now the thing here is that there are really 2 phases. And you have the offering phase and you have the collect phase. Now, one player will be offering, the others will be collecting. And when you collect, it's all simultaneous, which is really nice. But the offering player, they are going to be spending their gems in order to build temples in open spots on the different islands. Or they're going to be, but they can also, as long as you have enough resources, you can also craft the different relics to get points as well. Now remember, relics, you can collect those through the course of the game, but they can be stolen by other players. And then players will secretly be choosing the location they're going to be traveling to. You have a compass, and you're just choosing the number that you'll be placing your pawn on as it travels to the different islands. Each island obviously is numbered, and you have to follow the lines in order to travel across this world. And again, your basic movement is 2. So you'll choose that number and place your compass face down. And then the player that is offering, they get to decide if they want to fight. And so the offering player can choose to attack before anybody moves. Now they have to deduce where they think folks are going to end up, but they're going to have to spend ruby resources in order to do so. They'll be placing these cards on the different locations or islands, hoping they've picked right. Now, all the players then will reveal their compasses and move. They're still going to collect gemstones even if they're attacked from those locations, but if they are attacked, they have to discard half their gem cards from their hand rounded down. But the player who is offering can also choose to steal a relic from those players. And if they do, that's obviously a lot of back and forth with relics through the course of the game, as folks are going to be trying to get the favor from the gods and survive. And so that's the basics of play. But let's take a little bit closer look at some of the temples. We won't go into all of them here. I'll give you like my 3 favorites. I really like the gold golem because for every temple that you unlock, you're going to get an extra favor at the end of the game. And then you have the Sun Sanctuary. I like this one because it allows you to remove temples from the main board, perhaps opening up space for you to build more. And then you have the Time Temple. This will slow down your opponents. If you have this temple built and you're the offering player, it will force them to move 1 less space on their turn. So it does slow down everyone's progress, which I like. So there's some take that for sure. But again, you're trying to have the most favor of the gods and be the last survivor. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here has been in prototype form. So keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, I really like the fact that you're gathering gems, so you can spend them on building temples or creating relics. Now, of course, building the temples is what I like the most because it unlocks all those passive abilities, giving you more and more options through the course of the game, basically making you more and more powerful. There's a lot of fun there for sure, but there is some take that, especially in the attacks. But you're going to be equally attacked by everybody once they get to be the offering player. Now, folks, if this looks like something that would be of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.